Hello everyone and welcome to your year 2024 guidance. I have split this up into 4 separate videos. This is the last of the series where I'm going to be covering the year 2024 for the signs of Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, the last 3 signs of the zodiac. You can find the other signs in separate videos. I split them up into 3 pairs, so there are a total of 4 videos. So just please check the one for your sign. And also because the astrology of 2024 is so very chaotic, unpredictable in that sense due to the Uranian activity, but also it is very self-centered, individualistic because of the North Node and the sign of Aries. I do believe that with tarot, we can get a much more personal resonance because otherwise it would be quite difficult to break it up into 12 general archetypes because this Uranus for 2024 means surprise, surprise. So it's much better, in my opinion, at least if we use tarot. And also because of this, I have chosen a separate tarot deck for each and every sign. And for you guys, starting with Capricorn, of course, I have chosen a tarot deck named The Alchemist Story. And the reason why, for me, this speaks about Capricorn is because the process of alchemy does start, and a lot of it takes place in Scorpio, but it is only when it gets to Capricorn when manifestation can take place, because Capricorn is basically the stage of manifestation. So the results of alchemy, any alchemy, show up there. So with this being said, let us ask the divine forces to give us a guidance for Capricorn, what their year 2024 could be about. Now, this deck is pretty new. I haven't used it all that much. So it's still a little bit, rigid, not all that easy to shuffle. So please bear with me. Oh, we have actually 2 cards. First, we have the Three of Wands in reverse position. Then we have the Judgment. Then we have, and I do believe this kind of completes our reading, the Two of Pentacles reversed. And also the Ten of Pentacles in reverse position. Now, just in this configuration, these cards do promise a very, how should I say this, in order to depict the valid picture, a very profound, if that makes sense, life change. The big picture of these cards does actually suggest that life is never going to be the same again after 2024 because, exactly this Judgment card. Some things are exterior, but in the sense of divine, divinely exterior. The divine from without you this time comes with certain bigger themes. Themes that some of them, or quite a lot of them, stem from the past, in the sense that this is the divine timing. Certain things, dreams, initiations, problems that you wanted to look at, to fix, and even certain life upgrades that were initiated over the course of the past 3 years. Well, they might not have reached their final stage, the destination, so to speak, because it simply was not the divine timing. From a, let's say, rather quantic perspective, the elements did not connect. But for many of those, as I said, dreams, initiations, life upgrades, life changes, things that you needed to go after, it will be the timing in 2024. But in a rather, because the rest of the cards are reversed in a rather non-linear manner. I don't necessarily want to say surprise, surprise, it's here. Maybe not as spontaneously, but this is where it is going to be the timing that is going to be steering you rather than vice versa, which is, of course, very uncomfortable, let's be honest, for Capricorn natives, because usually they come with the initiation and life follows. This year, it might be the other way around. Now, of course, astrologically speaking, Pluto is gonna finally be leaving your sign. Maybe not permanently, because there is gonna be still a month or two in 2024 where it will return for the final time, but that's not really the same. This is where it's preparing for the big conclusions, the final moments, and you guys are definitely going to be feeling it with this judgment card, because the time is here for certain big things in your life that you wanted anyway. But these big things do come, the Three of Wands reversed, the opportunity, the moment, basically, that this is the right moment, the chance, the anything that you've been looking for, anything that you're missing is gonna come to you. So it has its moment and timing of its own, hence why you will have very little choice in the classic sense other than to follow it up, because it will be important. This is where it will not be your way or the highway, because your wisdom and the practicality you possess will tell you that it's worth following up. But following up certain big moments, big chances, that the divine timing is here for certain big things in your life, well, means that other things in your life have to be postponed. So again, really having to juggle, to manage, to hold your balance, where just fate is carrying you. You are in the flow, but the flow will need you to really, really be a good acrobat, symbolically speaking, because otherwise it will carry you like a, I don't know, like a flood. You want to be, even if the ride is bumpy and kind of uncomfortable, but you still want to be, canoeing, symbolically speaking again, where at least you're above the water and you're keeping the balance as well as you can. Oh, the bumps and the scary moments are of course part of, but the Two of Coins reversed also represents, um how should I say, the present balance and normality, modus vivendi, basically, generally speaking, is gonna transform. It is gonna change. Yes, there are gonna be moments when it's totally upside down, but this Ten of Coins does suggest that you are uprooting certain elements in your life which in the present moment are grounded and do have a certain stability, but that stability is becoming symbolically again the enemy, because it is the stability, the rigidness that prevents the flow of certain newer things into your life. So 2024 is definitely going to be a moment of big uprooting, but that uprooting will follow with finding a new balance, a new sense of stability. And this Ten of Coins for some natives does represent medical intervention, not necessarily as invasive like a surgery, or, but it does mean taking care of certain necessities for the physical body, certain imbalances that do need help. And of course, this doesn't, as I said earlier, it doesn't necessarily mean for everyone like medical intervention, especially not invasive. For many people, it will mean holistic approach. It will mean just their own self-research and study, and them getting certain results, certain routines that they need to respect in order for balance and healing and all of that to enter their lives. So yeah. But after this bigger picture, let's clarify each card and see where it leads. Now, the Three of Wands reverse is clarified by the Chariot reversed. This just in a way confirms what I have been saying, because the Chariot reversed. All those things where the initiation, the momentum, the way forward, the journey was put on halt because it didn't depend on you. But on the other hand, the Chariot reverse is also when you put your life on halt on, let's say, in a way you initiate this, it comes from you free willingly. Why? Because those rare opportunities to either fix something, complete something, eliminate something, upgrade something are gonna show up in your life. So everything else needs to be put on hold. And as inconvenient, because after all, it's reversed. It's reversed because it says it's not gonna be all that easy. It's still the same card, even in reverse. So it's still the Three of Wands, meaning the progress, the vision, meaning the perspective that you're gonna gain from this. The perspective, as in the opportunity arises at your doorstep and you identify it. So it's still a Three of Wands, it's still getting you there. And the Chariot as well, it's still a Chariot, it's still going for to conquer new ground, the triumph, the movement forward, but in a different way than linear or classical. And I would also like to get another card, the Empress. Now, and the Empress is upright. Now, the Empress is really important because it immediately says that these are, on one hand, Venusian matters. So their completion, their satisfaction matters very much to you deeply personally. And these deeply personal things that do matter to you, their completion, you having them, you living them being part of your life, is not susceptible to the question, why do you need them? Or why? In a Just why? They're not susceptible to this question because they come with your soul. You can't ask why something delights your soul, or why something means stability for you, why something means happiness to you, why something means balance and completion to you. These things cannot be questioned. It is just something that you have within your soul. So, of course, the Empress again, when the opportunity arises, everything else can be put on hold because their completion is that much more important for you. And the Empress can also say that for some people, this means a relationship is resumed. Maybe a relationship from the past comes back in a new format and it's different. It will feel like almost a different relationship, romantic or otherwise, because it can very well be a business, it can very well be a familiar connection, it can very well be a friendship, soulmate connection. But the thing is, it may come back from the past. For others, still, this Empress does mean that health upgrade, taking care of these issues, these things, or these desires is very necessary for you to feel comfortable in your life. So again, this is a pretty important and big energy. This judgment is clarified by the the emperor in reverse position. This is so simple because it says everything that did not depend on you. The divine timing is here for a lot of things which you have completed, but the divine timing wasn't there for you to see the results, completion, termination, whatever it is. So those things, again, emperor reverse, which simply do not and did not depend on you. Time for that comes. The judgment reversed also represents you seeing a situation totally differently. The same situation, but now you see it with different eyes and from a totally different perspective. Hence, your reaction, your choice, your saying in the matter is going to be different or possibly even the opposite of what you had in the past. And this can go hand in hand with the person or regardless in what quality from the past coming back to your life. You see it differently, hence you can give it another chance. But this let us ask for another card. We got three. It's too many. Just one or maximum two, please. Okay, this will do. The seven. It's just a confirming seven of swords. Eight of swords. Exactly. Bound. Blinded and bound because it was not timing. You didn't really fail the chariot reversed. It was just that was as far as you could go on your own means, on results of self-initiation. The rest depended on the divine, and now is going to be the timing for that. And the Eight of Swords, free yourself from certain contracts or situations which bind you down. Exactly what I said, the uprooting, because you might be having the bad type of grounding in your life right now. So the energy of freedom is approaching. But 2024, chances are it is the stage where you work or fight for the freedom before you can actually have it. So the Two of Coins reversed, please. Uh, well, the Ten of Swords. So many cards pop out at the same time. I'm so sorry. This is the risk of using a very new deck because they're still stuck together. Wow, Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups, and King of Coins in reverse position. This also, Ten of Swords, something finally ends. Remember the uprooting. Even with the cost of life being upside down for a little bit, even with the cost of having imbalance in your life, this may be materially speaking or in many ways, this is going to be a big life change. That's not going to be easy, but, and look, Ten of Swords, again, determination that it's finally done. But the Eight of Cups, you're leaving it behind. And the King of Coins starting from new, from scratch, maybe. But, you know, it's still a king. So not necessarily materially in a classic sense starting from zero, but having to get used and be in control and be able to function with within a totally new life setup. But for a lot of Capricorn natives, this may actually mean something big as, again, if someone returns from the past, you can become from being single to not being single. That can change your life around in a drastic way. But for some people, whatever comes back from the past, it will impact your life. So it can mean relocation. For some, even moving out of the country into a different country. For some, a radically different lifestyle. For example, for some natives, I can very well see this energy play out as moving from the city, from urban place to a very, very rural countryside, and having to get used to that. But or a massive career change, where maybe the career in itself is the same, modus operandi, the way you do it is very different. So this means big, big, big. The 10 of coins reversed clarified by the 7 of coins. Coins with coins. But this is where it's so linear. You know, this whole reading for you guys, it binds together in a logical, linear way so perfectly. It's surprising even to me. You know what I mean? Six of coins, 7 of coins, 6 of coins, and the lovers. Well, this to me says uprooting your present life, lifestyle, even materially, because what you've been waiting for, 7 of coins, what the seeds of intention that you've been planting, whatever you've been sitting on, growing, nurturing, manifesting, is gonna 6 of coins come into your life. So the lovers, new partnerships, new, basically the lovers in this case means one person, one figure is you, the other, the lover, is external reality. But with the lovers, in a different context, if we put it with the Empress, this again confirms that someone, an old partner, regardless in which sense, business partner, best friend, soulmate, romantic partner, even sensual partner, someone returns from the past and they change your life, if that is possible. And this 10 of coins reversed, uprooting, but for the better. Because, for example, if this is a health situation, well, then healing comes. Healing not doesn't just come, but it will improve your life. But this is just one part of this energy, because this is also material as well. Your income or livelihood, even your financial, material, and in any kind stability. So this definitely means an upgrade, but one which is definitely not gonna be easy, and there are gonna be moments of total, indecision, when you don't even know what to do. But of course, clarity comes to you, but only after a very powerful introspection, and only after you will be powerless, in the sense that the choice will narrow itself down to one. You know what I mean? Because the opportunities are so important. So I hope this was helpful and that you enjoyed it. Thank you so very much, Capricorn natives. Wishing you guys a very, very happy and blessed New Year 2024. Hello, natives born under the sign of Aquarius. As I said, for every other sign, I'm going to be choosing just a specific tarot deck for you guys and your sign. So for you guys, I have chosen this tarot deck. So the Tarot of Light and Shadow. And the reason for this is it reminds me so much of the sign of Aquarius, because this deck contains two tarot decks, two separate tarot decks. The difference between them is one is light and the other one is shadowy, hence the name. This dichotomy, this duality, but this duality being able to complete each other perfectly goes so very hand in hand with the sign of Aquarius. So with this being said, I'm going to be using one of the decks to get the major cards for you, and I'm going to be using the other deck, which is here, to clarify. So I'm going to be using the light one for the main cards. So let us ask the divine what the year 2024 may bring for you and your sign. So we have two cards already. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. Actually, the Page of Cups was reversed. Actually, I'm so sorry, but I don't really want a court card. A minor court card isn't. So I'm gonna put it back. The Sun, okay? But you see how the Page of Cups can very well represent the Sun in certain situation. So the meaning will always, and the energy will always stay the same, even if you put the card back. Another one, which is more explanative to you, will just pop out. So this is just as a little advice for fellow tarot readers. The Temperance. And we have the Knight of Cups reversed with the Emperor in reverse position. I think, or like this. Okay. So first of all, I'm even gonna put this deck away because we're gonna be using the shadow one to clarify. So it's exactly the same, just that the color is shadowy. So the Seven of Swords, this does represent that the year 2024 will have a lot of social element attached to it. But this is, of course, in a way self-explanatory because in 2024, Pluto enters for the long term into your sign. So that represents where does power lie in your life. And I do believe that for most people out there, not just Aquarius natives, social connections and other souls who you're connected to are part of your power, are part of everyone's power, basically. So, this is the meaning of the Seven of Swords. You will have to deal quite a lot with other people in various ways because this alone doesn't specify yet what exactly is going to happen. But we have the Sun card, which does represent, along with the Seven of Swords, that you do need to show what you can do and who you are and what you are about. This will be a year when you cannot shy away. This will be a year when, from a certain way, you just cannot mind your own business and stay away from symbolically trouble, because you will need to simply, in order to get certain things that you need to have in your life, you will need to engage quite intensely in a social way with people, regardless in a friendship wise, in group wise, as in connecting to a certain group of people, like being part of a club or following an ideal, or may it be in a very professional way, clients, legally, with institutions, may it be simply socially, where your friends and family and acquaintances, regardless in which way this comes, you will need to shine. You will need to finally show who you are, because the social element in your life has to align. You have to find who your people are, what you belong to, and who it is that are definitely not your people, because that is also part of Pluto. And the only way you can do that is if you shine, if you show who you truly are in a very honest, brave, and authentic way. And the Temperance, the balance that you need. This is how you get the balances that you need in your life. So 2024 will be definitely a year when you will pursue a lot of balance in every single area of life. You want to be, exactly as the name of the card says, tempered, in balance, in equilibrium, no excess but neither scarcity. And this not in a material sense, in every sense, basically, including spiritually, including psychologically. You want to flow, you want to be harmonious, and you will want to represent something harmonious in your life. But then there comes the Knight of Cups reversed with the Emperor reversed. But this will go hand in hand with being very misunderstood by others. So, the social element will also bring a certain kind of, let's say, chaos, because some people will not get you. Some people, after they see who it is that you truly are, the sun, or after they see certain things that you no longer hide away from the world about your life, they will simply change their attitudes. So the Emperor reverse, from certain perspectives, you will need to be very, very patient. You will need to be your most, let's say, I'm not even sure which term to use here, because I want to use your more steady, your most fortified self, but in a sense where you truly need to keep on shining, keep on allowing your sun not to hide away. But there will be challenges, the Knight of Cups reversed. There will be abandonment where certain people will just show their own true colors, and walk away from your life. So this is where I do believe that, socially speaking, your life setup is really, really gonna have a massive change. But that change, even with its uncomfortable parts, because there is going to be disappointment, disillusionment, and certain situation where you can't do anything. You just have to allow or witness. Like, for example, some people making mistakes in their own lives, and you give the advice, and these might be loved ones, very good friends, family members, but they go their own way. There's nothing you can do if they don't listen to your advice. In other situations, that is where you grow apart from another person, from a friendship, from a connection, from a professional alliance. This is where certain things in your life cannot be kept the same way because you need the flow, just because of friendship. This is where you really need to embrace life and do what it is that you have to do socially, again, to break some connections or allow some connections where only you sacrifice to fade away, and to embrace new ones, even if that is uncharted territory. But anyway, let's clarify. But first, I'll have to shuffle a little bit because this is a separate deck, remember? So we are going to be clarifying first the Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups. Wow. And Two of Serpents, but it is the Two of Coins, really, in reverse position. The Nine of Cups. Now, this without a doubt says that the time is here. Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, which means karma, even in friendships, in relationships, in family, in where you're connected with other souls, karma is here to balance itself out. So this is going to be a very, very karmic year, friendship wise, socially, and with family. Where the Two of Coins reversed, the balance shifts, polarities reverse. What you owe to other people karmically, and I'm not saying financially or just the energy of the karma. You know what I mean? What you owe, you will be guided to repay, to give. What others owe you, that, like, uh as in similarly, they will have to offer to you. So, but the way I explain it means like almost like a contract, almost like, you know, something that we do in our 3D life. But it's not the way you have to imagine it. This is where fate and divine timing and synchronicities and everything will just pull both you and any karmic connection to this completion stage. Every side, let's say like that, who has to do something, offer something, energy, words, forgiveness, feeling, or just to remember the past and look at it once again through different eyes, whatever that may be, time comes. And two of coins reversed, it changes. It changes a lot of things and feelings, especially within you. So, from a psychological perspective, this is also going to be a very, very big year because it clarifies the past. It clarifies a lot, really. Now, the sun, we have the Three of Wands. And we have the Eight of Cups reversed. This is so beautiful. The sun along with the Three of Wands. You're going for the things that you want. You are not going to allow things, people, I don't want to say even life, because you are not fighting with life. You're wiser than that. But you're not going to allow whatever it is that you have power over. Remember the Emperor reversed. What you do not have power over, you accept. The prayer of serenity. You are fine with the divine timing, but whatever it is that you do have power over, you're going for it. And these may be various things. Friendship on one hand, the sun, you're not going to hold back from connecting with new friends, but at the same time this also means the courage to allow connections that simply outlive their purpose to fade away from your life. So you're not going to want to conserve anything. You won't want to please people, but neither yourself. You're really, balance, a very balanced state. But this Eight of Cups reversed, you're not going to be running away from anything. You're going to be present in your life in every single moment in a very conscious, aware, and brave way. If there are certain things from the past, like family karma, for example, which need confrontation, which need very hard things to be said or done, you're going to be there and doing it, finally doing it. But the same goes for friendship, and I would even want to say partnerships. This is the bravest, but on the totally different level, this also means going after the joys of life. Three of Wands means a lot of travel, visiting places which are meaningful to you. Seven of Cups reversed, pilgrimage, places where your soul is called spiritually, or places from the past, places that you've been in childhood. There is going to be a lot of visitation and travel and activity and dynamism here without a shadow of a doubt. And in a very, very brave way, because the Eight of Cups is you're no longer running away. If you have the possibility to go to a place where you want it, you're not going to sacrifice it. You're not going to say, I could go, but I'd better do something else with the money or, any situation. You're going to actually go. Now, the Temperance. So we have the Hangman. Wow, okay. Uh, I must say that this deck is pretty new as well, so I'm a bit clumsy with it still. And we have the Justice reversed. So Wow. This means that there is going to be a lot of healing. At first, I didn't really associate the temperance with healing, but now I kind of do with the hangman because this means breaking free from old karma and karmic patterns. Justice, finally justice reversed. Look at her sword, the cord cutting, family karma, any kind of relationship, social connection, or any kind of karma like that is really gonna play out in your lives. Escaping the prison, the hangman. This means Aquarius natives who might have had a lot of mental breakdowns or went through sadness, depression, the dark night of the soul, any moment of, like a personal inner crisis. This is where you're finally getting to healing. You're getting to heal the hangman with the justice reversed. You're stepping out of that dark place. You're finally stepping into the light, into your own personal light. And the justice reversed, exactly being able to face things and situations from the past, especially from a karmic perspective, family karma, friendship karma, soulmate karma, stuff like that. So justice is coming in a way. But when I don't necessarily understand that justice is on your side, no, justice is on everyone's side. Justice is coming in the sense to heal everything that. So sorry, my microphone fell. So everything that needs to be healed to have that chance to heal, and new flow and new waters to be, poured into the cups of souls. And finally, let's see what this Emperor reversed with the Knight of Cups reversed means. So we have the Two of Wands and the Knight of Cups. You see, I love this because the Knight of Cups reversed was clarified by the Knight of Cups in upright position. That's so, so funny. And the Two of Wands is also a card which has so much connection with the Emperor because it's Aries energy and Martian energy. So this means that it's very simple. For certain things which you have been powerless in the past to do because of injustice or because simply, oh sorry, odds weren't on your side, you were stopped in your tracks, you might have been a victim of injustice one way or another. Time is here for you to be able to take action. And the Knight of Cups, exactly the shadow and the light of the same card. Some connections are going in order for other ones to take their place. So this means like washing out the karma of your social connections, new voters. So the Knight of Cups reversed, exactly that. Some people you cannot help it but let them go because they want to go. They will go from your life. But the other Knight of Cups, no problem. Something else comes in their place, something much better. So this is quite an interesting reading, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and that it was at least a tiny bit useful for you. Wishing every Aquarius native a very happy 2024 and may you shine. Thank you so much for listening. And finally, hello natives born under the sign of Pisces, and welcome to your year 2024 tarot scope. Just as I said for previous signs, I am choosing a different tarot deck for each sign personally. And for you guys, for Pisces natives, I have chosen this one, which is called the Mystical Dream Tarot. And I think it's self-explanatory why. Pisces has so much to do with both mysticism, and Pisces is the realm of dreams. So what other deck could I have chosen for you guys? With this being said, let us ask the divine to offer us some guidance and see what might take place in the year 2024 for you. So we have the Hierophant. Come on, we need another one. So next actually there's two here. We have the Two of Swords reverse clarified by in this card this is Spirit of Wands, but it's the Page of Wands reversed. This is really taking its time because usually for every other sign, I barely had to shuffle. So we have the Spirit of Pentacles, which represents the Page of Pentacles, and the Dreamer of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. But these are all court cards. So, well, I'm gonna be keeping them. And finally, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse position. Wow, this is really powerful energy. But the thing is that this is quite a mystery because I do need to clarify the cards straight away because just like this, they don't really mean or they don't really say all that much. And I didn't have this for any other sign, just for you guys. So the High Priest is being clarified by the Sun in reverse position. And both of these are court cards, so I'm not even going to bother. Now, this just came to me. One of the reasons, as you can see, your reading is bombarded by court cards. And usually, court cards are not a very good tool to use in a general tarot scope, if you know what I mean. Because this isn't like a one on one individual reading, but their presence here and the universe is insisting on them. This means that for Pisces natives, there is going to be an element which is so individualistic that you cannot generalize really, because hence the court cards, because all the court cards are in persona, so to the person. So I do believe that this is what the universe is telling, that Pisces natives are gonna have a lot on their plate, but very, very tailored to their individual selves. So a part of it is not susceptible to a general prediction. I do believe this is what the energy says. So now we have some cards popped out. We have the Moon Chariot, which is the chariot we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Lovers in reverse position. So the Sun reversed with the High Priest means that your attitude towards the self and towards life is gonna mature very, very strongly. And I do believe this is also due to Saturn in transiting your sign, because Pisces natives can allow themselves to really not see life and anything in it through the eyes of an adult, through the eyes of a classically matured person. That doesn't mean that souls, they're not mature. You know, just understand what I'm saying. They can allow themselves to look at life from a very, very innocent and naive, so the opposite of mature perspective. This year, unfortunately, or fortunately actually, life is teaching them the other way. This is where in certain things that you have in your life that could be ignored or really not focused upon because they were in the flow. They just took care of themselves. And this is what each and every Pisces native has individually in their life. So I cannot name what it is because you know what is like this in your life. For some, it's a relationship, which where they don't necessarily have to worry about it and be present in it all that much because it just flows. It takes care of itself. For others, it's a job. For something in your life which should be hard, which would be a bit worrying because it's up and down, yet still it just always sorts itself out. So no need to get down, to get to a very down to earth, strict, rigid, the inner adult attitude. So no need to consume yourself over it. Now, and this isn't just, this is something that has been like this for some time now. So not just something in the immediate present. Now that is gonna change, where you do need a real input. You do need a very strong, serious overview and vision and perspective of the situation, and you will need to do things there to help the situation, to improve it, because you're the Chariot with the Three of Cups and the Lovers reverse. You're actually making it ideal. You're making it flowy. You're stabilizing it. You're what you're taking away from it is exactly the up and down, the instability. This is where it should no longer just sort itself out. It should be in a stable way. But again, what is this for you personally? Is it a health situation? Is it financial with a debt, mortgage, a friendship, a connection, a dream, an aspiration? It is inner. Is it external? What is it? And also the Two of Swords. You know something. You see something that you can no longer unsee. So something comes to your awareness, and the Two of Wands, sorry, the Page of Wands, you can no longer see it with the eyes of a child, innocent eyes, the Piscean attitude. You know what I mean? Oh, life is a dream, really, let's just flow with it. Unfortunately, with that thing, I don't know how else to call it, maturity will knock for you. So you will, things will come to your awareness, what you need to do, what you cannot ignore, what cannot be left onto its own resources anymore. Six of Swords and the Hermit reversed. Exactly. Hermit reverse. This is where you find something, or something finds you. Awareness. The Hermit upright is when it's seeking, when it's studying, seeking, calculating, searching for something, working for something, being patient for something. Reversed, that is already there. So when it's reversed, you have that already. So you need to work with the result. And the Six of Swords reversed, this is where it's here. Something is here. You cannot run, you cannot hide. You time for action, something will become very, very clear to you. In the sense that it will need your attention, it will need your focus, it will need you to be very, very serious. And if you meet this condition, you're solving it, you're doing what you need to do. The energies are really, really wild for your reading, and I never experienced something quite like this, to be totally honest with you. Please clarify the other cards. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna take these. The Ouroboros, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil reversed. The Devil reversed is, in a way, freedom, but it is your realization. It is the knowledge. It is whatever it is that you will decide that is the key to freedom. The freedom is by you seeing the situation in a truthful light, in a truthful manner. The freedom is you being able to take action. The freedom is you actually not being at the mercy of the flow, but sticking up for yourself. And it's divine timing, the Wheel of Fortune. It is needed. And Wheel of Fortune is also fortunate. This is where initiation and you having perhaps for a while, for this period, a not so typical Piscean attitude and vision, being very Saturnian, if this makes sense, responsible, diligent, and not closing our eyes to certain things, even if they can take care of themselves. You must input your power, your option, your choice very, very personally into something for that, I don't know, area of life or that specific thing or that specific karma to start going your way. You may no longer be at the flow of something. And the time has come for you to, as I said, take control over that. The devil is reverse position is exactly that. When finally you have control, when finally you have the freedom to act and move, and that Jupiter, sorry, Wheel of Fortune Jupiter is the good luck, the luck that comes with courage, the luck that comes with non-ignorance, the power that you have. And this Nine of Swords reversed. So beautiful. Ten of Swords. The end of a worry. The end of a restlessness. The end of... Because whatever it is that is in the flow, whatever, if this is an area of life, like I would wish this and that and that and that, but it's still it's like on autopilot. It is going to a certain direction on its own. It's working. It's serving me. I don't need to really be in control. Now you will need to, you will need to be in control because some things there are worrying you. Some things there are at the back of your mind, not giving you rest. And finally that ends. And we have the Ten of Wands reversed. A burden is being taken away from your shoulder, off your back, off your shoulder. A heaviness, a burden. a responsibility, a worry, something that stresses you out. But when I say being taken, actually it's you taking it off yourself by being responsible, diligent, and mature. Ten of Swords. You are finally closing something. You are finally taking care of something. You're finally taking some, as I said, an area of life back under your control, your say, your influence. And we have the the star reversed. In this deck, it's called the Dream Angel. And you're leaping into the future. This is where, after you have this attitude, that's when a different flow is going to come your way that will exceed your expectations. As hard as certain elements are going to be, for you to change your Piscean way, for you to be extremely present, much, much, much more than you're comfortable, for you to, for example, work extra hours or input a lot of effort and soul power into something that's not comfortable, but it will be so, so, so worth it, because it will change the way you feel about life in general. Whatever this specific and individual thing is, it will affect life as a whole, your overall feeling, your overall state. So only positive and hopeful manifestations can come after, and a lot of it is going to be much easier than you ever even dreamed of. That is why the not so easy things to get there are going to be worth it. Worth the pain, worth the struggle, worth the waiting game, worth the patience, worth it, because it's going to be much easier than you imagined after a new balance, a new cycle. Ultimately, Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune, the turning of the cycle. This new cycle will start off so much with great easiness. But in order for that to take place, the sun reversed. You time to get real. Time for the inner adult to start taking things into his own hand until they get into a new type of flow. So this is where the time is here. That the year 2024 comes with a big, big action, a big effort, a big input to complete something, or put it into context for yourself. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pisces natives, for your attention. I do hope that this helped you and you enjoyed it, basically. Wishing you a blessed and magical year 2024. And with this being said, I thank you, everyone, each and every sign, for listening to your 2024 Tarot. With this being said, wishing everyone a happy new year. Until next time, bye for now.